We're live at Pace Studio with Tift Merritt, and she's going to play a few songs for us this morning. And why don't you go ahead and tell us what the first one's about?
Why don't we play Dusty Old Man first? And this song, I've always been kind of obsessed with Bonnie Raitt's first record, and she made it with this really interesting group of blues guys who were, I think, all considerably older than she was, and they went to a camp and hung out and had a really good time, like an empty summer camp. And all the blues on that record, it's kind of light and breezy and going down the road, and it's like blues with healthy perspective. And it just feels so good to sing along with. So I was messing around with, this is a really long-winded introduction to a song.
No such thing.
I was messing around with open tune guitars and just looking for new textures, and I kind of hit on one that reminded me of that record, so I hung on tight. Love my mouth and he loved my hips. Peace of my mind make no difference. He won't back down, and he won't make plans. Yeah, he's mean as a snake. He's my dusty old man. Yeah, he's mean as a snake. He's my dusty old man. He say, love me enough to right my wrongs. Love me until the scars are gone. Dusty man, dusty old man. Here come my dusty old man. Young man think you know everything, for even know what he's seen. More real living than a young boy could stand. Down in the heart of the dusty old man. Yeah, deep in the eyes of the dusty old man. He say, love me enough to right my wrongs. Love me until the scars are gone. Dusty man, dusty old man. Here come my dusty old man. Careless hand and a tear-stained heart. This world can't hand you what you want. All you can do sometimes is say, God damn, and give your love to a dusty old man. Yeah, give your love to a dusty old man. Saying, love me enough to right my wrongs. Love me until the scars are gone. Love me enough to right my wrongs.
That sounded great.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I see that you also released another single recently, Love Soldiers On.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to play that last for you.
All right. So does this mean that we can expect a follow-up to your 2012 album in the near future? Are you working on anything new right now? Full length?
Oh, well, I have a record that comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks. All right. This is what happens when I don't get press releases. Sorry about that, Tiff.
Yeah, I have a new record called Stitch of the World that comes out on January 27th.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Why did you decide to go with that title, Stitch of the World?
Well, there's a song on the record that I guess it talks about, it's always like I wish we had come prepared to play that song, but thematically it talks about how emotional, it kind of equates emotional life with sewing. And on one hand, I think, at its worst, it is like sticking a needle into your heart. And I also very much believe that things are tied together with deep, important, invisible seams, and you can pull on them too hard and they break or they knot up. So I sort of went deep on that metaphor in that song, and in the end, there's always one metaphor that kind of holds everything together in a group of songs, and that one felt right. It's a lot of syllables. Stitch of the world. I wish it rolled off the tongue a little better, but I collect vintage sewing things, and I just when you can talk about things that are invisible and intangible in a really clear physical way, I like that a lot. It makes me a lot more comfortable than just hanging out in the ether talking about my feelings.
Totally makes sense. Well, will you tell us a little about the second song
Yeah.
you're going to do?
This is a song called My Boat. It's actually a Raymond Carver poem, and I always like to kind of pick an author when I'm writing and stick with it to really hear somebody else's voice while I'm trying to make something of mine. And I read this poem and I thought, oh my God, that's a song. And I've always been a fan, and his wife was nice enough to give me permission to use it. So, my boat, it's being made to order. Right now it's at the builder. My boat, my friends, room on board for my friends. I'm serious about this. My boat, George, Gary, Chuck, and Jim. Room enough for all of them, and my baby on my boat. No one will be tonight on my boat, on my boat. No getting ahead or falling behind on my boat, on my boat. Just having a real good time on my boat, on my boat, on my boat. Stories, room on board for stories, my own and everybody's, going on and on. Short ones, true ones in the made-up, one still being written on my boat. Cherries, chicken, cheese, and wine, everything good that my friends like, and my baby on my boat. No one will be tonight on my boat, on my boat. No getting ahead or falling behind on my boat, on my boat. Just having a real good time on my boat, on my boat, on my boat. my boat. Singing, eating and laughing down on my boat. You can do whatever you want on my boat. We may go a little way down the coast. We're gonna listen to the Rolling Stones on my boat. I've always wanted a trip like that, but if it don't work out with my boat, no one would be denied on my boat, on my boat. Getting ahead, falling behind on my boat, on my boat. Just having a real good time on my boat, on my boat. No one would be denied on my boat, on my boat, on my boat, my boat. My boat, it's been made to order. Right now it's at the builder. My boat.
So Tift, you've been in the game for a while. Your first record came out in 2002 at Bramble Rose, and I'd love to know how you feel the industry has changed, for better or worse, since that time.
I don't know. I mean, I think the world has changed a lot. I think the industry's changed a lot, and I think what hasn't changed is, as a musician and a writer, you have to focus on your music and your writing and the doing. I think the music business is as strange of a place as it is, and the end of the day is not really real. It's a little. I mean, the way that has changed is it is really hard to get paid, and as a working mom, that's hard. You shell out a lot of money to go on the road. You shell out a lot of money to make a record, and your passion is constantly tested. And unfortunately, that's the kind of person I am. I kind of like to have my finger on the burner, so I keep going.
That's well put. Well, with that, would you tell us a little about the next song?
Sort of appropriate. I wrote this song. I wrote this. You write songs. And sometimes you're speaking to yourself as much as anything. And I wrote this song thinking about just the sort of spirit of love, and however beat up any one person feels in the world, or however down you are on any one day, love has taken a lot more hits than you have. And I wrote it last year, probably in the middle of the year, and I kind of thought that I wasn't going to need to sing it quite as much once some time passed. But I feel like, as crazy as the world is now, I like to sing this song, so I'll sing it for you. Bruised up and skinny as a stray, no one I know so underpaid. Been around the block about 100 times today. Won't leave you alone, no matter what you say. Love soldiers home, love soldiers soldiers on, there's nothing you can do. Love will soldier on. Lock it out and don't return its call. Swear you don't know its face at all. Throw it in the river, lose it in the storm. It will show up in its bandages tomorrow at your door. Love soldiers on. Love soldiers on. There's nothing you can do. Love a soldier on. On and on and on. On and on and on. On and on and on. I know you've been hurt before, but it's been beaten even more. Scars you've never seen before, from every country and every war. You think that love is lost. You swear you've run it off, but it don't ask for nothing. It's got courage like the wind out there in the streetlights, waiting to come in. Love soldiers on. Love soldiers on. There's nothing you can do. Love a soldier on. On and on and on. On and on and on. Love a soldier on.
Thank you so much. That sounded great.
Thanks.
So, as you're expecting a new album, can we find you on the road anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm on the road a lot. I'm going to starting off with a couple of shows where I'm from in North Carolina, and then I'm heading to the UK, and then I start my US tour. So we're around. It's my first touring with my baby daughter. So wish us bon voyage. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but we have her in tow, so we're going to be traveling more fragilely than we have in the past.
Well, that makes sense. I'm sure that it will be rewarding and fun.
I think we're going to find some playgrounds, I'll tell you that.
Just have them all mapped out before you go.
Exactly.
Great. Well, we really want to thank you so much again for being here with us today and playing for us, and we hope you'll stop by again soon.
I would be delighted. Thank you for having me.